Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action, finishing up this run. I gotta say, life's pretty good. Playing Hearthstone in one hand, eating a Papa John's breadstick with the other. Turns out the thing I thought I had starting at 1 o'clock is not starting until 2 o'clock, so there really wasn't a reason for me to break this up into 3 videos, but whatever, we'll run with it. The dedicated, the true, the loyal, the few, the proud, the Marines will watch another video. Hopefully it is worth it to you to, click elsewhere and see the rest of the games. Obviously it is, or else you wouldn't be watching this anyway. Let's stop being so meta about this and see how this arena run will end. Hunter is the class with whom I've made it beyond 9 wins more than any other class, so down the Shaman heal will try to stop me from doing that yet again. In fact, let me go ahead and pop open my stats sheet so we can take a gippity-goopity gander. Wow, nice opening hand here. Coining out a Knife Juggler seems pretty good. Papa John's breadsticks. It's like 3 meals worth of food for $4. Ridiculous. And it's delicious. And if you're tired of life, you can eat these and they'll give you a heart attack and you'll die sooner. It's great. Suicide by breadsticks. So my opponent is a novice engineer. Does he have anything else? No, I'm the one with the coin. Okay. So there's no reason to play the Crazed Alchemist here. Let's go ahead and drop the Grunt, see if the Knife Juggler can hit. He cannot. So now a Frost Shock or an Earth Shock will kill this Knife Juggler if needed. Forked Lightning will of course kill them both regardless. Stoneforged Axe will also kill them both regardless. So alright. Now here, I could Crazed Alchemist to make this a 1-3. That will preserve it from the wrath of the Stormforged Axe. However, what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to play the Scarlet Crusader, fling a knife at the face, hit him for 3 damage. My thinking here is, got the Scarlet Crusader ready to go, it'll kill most 3 drops, but also potentially could also just hit him in the face. And if he hits this Knife Juggler, which it seems like he is, he's taking some serious damage, and I'm going to start to, gear up for burning him out. Alright, now here, going to play very simply. Just going to make the Crazed Alchemist, flip this up, not going to pop the Divine Shield, we're going to actually just Arcane Shot, swing for 3, keep that Divine Shield on this Crusader. He can go ahead and kill this Crazed Alchemist, he's already at 15 health, man's got to be careful. With Unleash the Hounds here especially. So what he wanted there was like an Earth Elemental to block me up. However, he did not play it. He played pretty much the opposite of Earth Elemental, which is Gnomish Inventor. And now, I'm going to just stop missing opportunities to steady shots. Hopefully we get the pig. We actually get the pig. That is admittedly very lucky. That's 4 extra damage. That takes 2 turns off of our kill timer. Because it's 2 steady shots right here. Even without the pig, like, a Leok would have dealt 1 extra damage. A bear would have been, 4 power. That would have been difficult to deal with. And, okay, just like that, we're at 10 wins. Holy cow. I guess he had no removal, this guy. Apart from Stormforged Axe, normally Stormforged Axe can just, win games all by itself. But notice there, he killed 3 creatures with Stormforged Axe, and I didn't even care. I didn't even care because that was damage that was going onto his face, and it enabled me to burn him out. Remember that one time when we were at 2 wins and 2 losses, and we thought, man, maybe this deck is bad and Boris doesn't know what he's talking about when he's talking about decks? Yeah, here we are at 10 wins. So, let's bring up my stats sheet. I have made it to 10 wins or higher 7 times with Hunter. Now 8 after this run. The next highest is Druid with 6. And Warlock also is tied with 6, which is weird because Warlock's actually my worst class if we go by averages. Let's mulligan these Hounds. I don't need them yet, and there are 2 in the deck. I'd rather get creatures than Hounds, and we do get a creature here. The Croc. So here, what do I fear? The Fiery War Axe. It'll kill 2 things. It does not have Overload. And he's a warrior, so his hero ability lets him heal back up the damage he takes. All in all, if he has Fiery War Axe, that would just be a bad time. I could counter it somewhat with the Scarlet Crusader, I suppose, but even if the Fiery War Axe helps kill the Crusader, that's still a bad time for me. Right, does he have the Fiery War Axe? He's gripping a card pretty eagerly. Oh, then he's going to other cards. He's coining something. Well, I mean, it's not Fiery War Axe. It is Frothing Berserker. Here's where I wish I had a Crazed Alchemist, actually. It's the 1/2 drop I don't have. Alright. Let's think. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna gamble that it hits the Berserker. And it does. Alright, Berserker is a credible enough threat that I will just kill it. And in fact, I'm not gonna try to sneak 3 extra damage on his face. We learned our lesson in an earlier game. We're just gonna trade the creatures and move on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that was about as good as I can hope for. He passed on turn 3, just completely passed. So now I've got 7 power on the board. He has only 4 mana to answer it. I don't even know if warriors really have particularly great answers. Once he gets minions out here, Unleash the Hounds goes online, he's in trouble. So, Wrathy Weaponsmith is pretty good. It will allow him to kill the Grunt. And it does not die to Arcane Shot, unfortunately for me. Can I get a good creature to play? I can get a decent creature, that's good enough. So we're going to play the Berserker. We'll Steady Shot, kill the Weaponsmith, and hit him for 2. So he's still above 20, very healthy life total, this guy. He's probably going to kill the Scarlet Crusader now. Going down to 20. And then these 2 creatures, while they're small, they're pretty easily dealt with. He's just 1 good 5-drop away from, you know, staying in this game. Let's see if he's got it. Arcanite Reaper's not exactly what he needs here. However, he's very lucky that I am not getting what I need. I'm actually considering Arcane Shotting this Berserker so I can get... Well, it would be like an extra 3 damage. Arcane Shot is 2 damage by itself. Yeah, it's not really worth it. So I'm giving my opponent a chance to catch back up. Not intentionally, of course, just the fact that I drew all my spells instead of drawing actual cards to play means that I'm going to be potentially falling behind as he gets his good 6-drops online. He still doesn't have 6-drops. He doesn't have good 5s. He doesn't have good 6s. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm not going to complain. So now let's count very carefully here. Very carefully. So I've got him down to 8. This is 2 damage. This is 2 damage. So I'll count the cheapest 2 damage first. 2, 4, 6. That's 4 mana. I can still play this. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I can get him down to 2 health. And then Stormpike Commando plus Steady Shot will kill him the following turn even after he armors up. That is committing a lot, because if he life gains, then I could actually be in trouble. But I have another Unleash the Hounds for insurance as well. Alright, what we'll do is the following then. I'm going to play Unleash the Hounds, number 1. I'm going to Steady Shot. I'm going to hit him in the face. And I'm going to throw just 1 of my Arcane Shots at him, not the other. And we're going to pass the turn. So my thinking here is the following. I don't need to reveal this Arcane Shot. I've got Stormpike Commando, Arcane Shot, Steady Shot, that's 8 mana. I can do that all next turn and kill him. This Arcanite Reaper is useless. He can't kill anything with it anymore. He has to kill stuff with all his spells, and he also needs to get some life gain. So now he has to have life gain. On top of the armor up. He needs a shield block here or he loses, pretty much. Granted, if he has a shield block, he could actually win this game. Because then I can't get ahead with Steady Shots. I don't have any minions. And if he gets a taunt to stop Unleash the Hounds from dealing damage, I'm in trouble. But he doesn't have the shield block, so we actually are going to get another win. Shoot, shoot, and shoot. Just like that. We're up to our 11th win. Alright, played properly, a hunter can burn out even the mighty armored up warrior. The Golden Buzzard is something I would definitely play with if I ever played hunter. And just like that, we have a chance to get 12 wins. Kind of an unassuming deck. I wouldn't have thought this to go to 12 wins. Frankly, I wouldn't have thought it to go to 11, so just the fact that I'm here is pretty wild. I've hit 12 wins 4 times with Hunter. The next best class to get to 12 wins is just twice. So Druid, Paladin, Priest, Shaman, and Warlock have all made it to 12 wins twice. Hunter's just like leaping off the charts. Now granted, some of those 12 win runs were when Hunter had the broken Unleash the Hounds that just cost 2 mana. But I think one of those was even without any Unleash the Hounds at all.
Let the hunt begin.
Okay, we have Marcus the Shaman here. And a decent opening hand. I'm not going to mulligan this Acolyte of Pain. It seems like it's asking for trouble. While it is generally not what I want to play on turn 3, it is better than like a, whatever, Frost Elemental that I could get that would just do nothing. Okay, my opponent has nothing on turn 1. I'd rather have the 2-2 than the 1-1. The extra stats are worth more to me than the card, especially considering if this guy has a slow start in totems here, I want something that can kill a totem versus something that cannot. And indeed, please don't be a 1-1. It's not a 1-1. Lovely as well as doubly. Okay, so now let's drop the Acolyte, clear up the totem, and wait what's happening here. If he makes another totem, that would be remarkable, because he's got the coin. He really probably should play a 3-drop or a 4-drop, and he's got something. Please don't be Ascension. Please don't be Ascension. Please don't be Ascension. It's a Twilight Drake. That's fine. Okay, so here we've got a pretty good answer to the Drake in the form of Freezing Trap. Quite the MVP card of this arena, I have to say. So Unleash the Hounds, it'll be good for later. Freezing Trap is good for now. We're only getting 3 damage through, which is certainly not that impressive. Doesn't really bespeak of any kind of greatness, but it's a decent situation. I mean, it's a decent situation, especially considering we're fighting for the 12th win. Pretty happy about how this is going so far. He had a pretty slow start. He just had a Drake coined out on turn 3, which is going to get Freezing Trapped, unless, of course, he can flush out the trap with a charge creature, which is what he wants right here. I've got my Hounds Cult Master Catch-Up combo, and I've got Senjin coming up while I pound through some extra damage. Alright, great. So there's the Freezing Trap. La-di-da. So we could play it super safe. We could do, you know, the Grunt and the Novice Engineer into the Spellbreaker. I could also play the Rhino plus the Engineer into the Spellbreaker. Or I could just play the Senj and try to hold the Spellbreaker off that way. Problem is this Grunt has taunt, so the Spellbreaker could still kill it. Now this is 4 damage. Down to 23 is not really that much. Alright, what do we do here? I could play the Cult Master and then trade these for cards. Kind of play it slow style. Alright, we'll do that. That seems like the safest move. Especially in case he has a Lightning Storm, which I suspect he does. This being a pretty high level of play. At the 11 win mark, presumably anyway. Seems like playing fair might be the way to go. I mean, I've got decent, like, mid to end game cards. I've got 4 power here from this Cult Master, which is not to be underestimated, and I also have Hounds. Now, the Hounds won't be buffed by the Cult Master, because the Cult Master will probably be pretty dead soon, if not, like, right now. But still, it's good to have those as a board clear or just as an extra damage source if needed. I don't have any other beasts at the moment to go with the Rhino, but all my beasts are still in the deck. The Crocolisks, the Cobra, the Kodo even, they're all in there. So I can hold on to that and use it as a combo later. He's got Unbound Elemental. Does he have a Lightning Bolt or Forked Lightning to kill the Cult Master? Because otherwise I would just kill the Unbound Elemental. Right, does he have a Taunt Totem here? He does not. Alright. It's tempting just to throw the Cult Master at this thing. I sure as hell don't want to let it live. Or I could freeze it. Temptation. Freeze it, swing for 5. You know what? Let's just keep this simple. Let's keep the board clear. And trade off. So, Fire Elemental is not going to kill this. I don't have any beasts, but I could still top deck one. I keep his board clear. He's got 8 cards, so do I. I've got good cards. It's possible that by fighting fair, I'm giving him a chance to catch up, but it's also possible that had I gone for a crazy burnout victory, I would have been screwed. He spends 6 mana for the Twilight Drake, gets it back. At this point, I think now is when I'm going to freeze the card he's played. And swing for 3 damage. So mainly, I'm not really getting much damage dealt to him is the problem. But now we have, at 8 mana, a potentially good combo of Knife Juggler, Hounds, throw the Hounds at a bunch of stuff, and then more Hounds. Getting lots of Knifelings, and dealing some serious damage. The issue, of course, is if he doesn't put out enough minions to take advantage of it, I'm going to be screwed. The ideal number of minions would be for him to have a total of 3, because I could play the Knife Juggler, and then 3 Hounds would fit on my board exactly. Now, if I can get a Beast to have a charge with the Rhino, that'd be great as well. But he needed to remove the Cult Master, and he didn't. which tells me he doesn't really have removal. Or perhaps he didn't want to waste a Hex on a Cult Master, I don't know. But I'm guessing he just doesn't have ways to remove things, especially because this thing got to live and attack. I just don't think he's got removal in this massive hand of 8 cards that he's holding. Really regret not getting those owls. I mean, every time the owls came up in the draft, there was like always something else to take, but perhaps even with this deck going as high as it did, you know, if I made a mistake in the draft, it was not grabbing one of those owls. I'll have to look back and see what I took over the owls, because if those were really important cards, then of course it makes sense that I passed on the owls, but if they were unimportant cards, then I had probably screwed up. Direwolf Alpha is extremely immaterial. I'm actually kind of shocked that such a bad card is getting played at this stage. And Ventricle Mercenary, also not significant. I mean, yes, he's got lots of damage here. He has more damage than I do, I suppose, but it's not that great for him. Alright, we have the Cobra. This is extremely, extremely significant, because this Cobra has charge. I can take out a target of my choice. I can take out the Ventricle Mercenary to remove most of his damage, or I can take out the Twilight Drake to remove a significant amount of his damage and just race against his Ventrico. I think this is the right move, actually. So, do I play the Knife Juggler this turn? No, I think I want to play the Senjin this turn to block up his Ventrico. So yes, we're going to play the Senjin. I'm going to play the Cobra. The Cobra will kill the Drake. I'm going to take the time here to kill this Wolf. Am I? Does the Wolf even matter? Yeah, I'll kill the Wolf. I'm going to swing for 6, which is pretty significant. He's down to basically half health. Explosive shot, explosive trap, that's damage. The hounds, those are damage. And I've also got 8 damage on the table, which is half of his health after the Senjin dies to the Ventrico. And I don't think he's going to have removal for that Senjin, because he hasn't had removal at all game. Alright, now this is 3 health. Perhaps now he has a Lightning Bolt or a Rock Biter, which previously would have been unhelpful. I hope it is a Rock Biter, because that means he takes 2 damage. The best card maybe, though, would just be Fire Elemental, because that would let him just kill this off and put a 6/5 onto the ground as well, leaving him also with enough mana to make a totem. He might have a Lightning Storm that hasn't been useful to play. Oh wait, he can't play Fire Elemental because it costs 9 mana because of this thing. Oh, that's so awesome. Alright, he gets spell damage. Does he have a Lightning Storm here? No, he's an injured Blade Master. I don't know what this Shaman's doing, but apparently the answer is nothing, because he's just been playing nothing all game. Alright, well, let's take a look at our cards, but I have a feeling we're just going to be doing the Knife Juggler thing. Yeah, let's do Knife Juggler. Hounds. Fling some knives. If they go with the face, that's just fine by me. If they hit his creatures, that's fine also. Alright, let's see. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Yeah, we're going to do this. Because even if he has life gain, he also has to clear out my entire board. And then the explosive trap is actually set to kill him, so he has to life gain. But like, even if he life gains for 4, which he can't because that would involve Priestess of Elune, so he'd have to throw this at the Frost Elemental to kill it, then play Priestess of Elune to go up to 6. It goes back down to 4 from the trap, back down to 2 from Steady Shot, and then I've got the Hounds for more damage, and all the stuff on the board that he has to kill. But let's say he plays Priestess of Elune, Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm will clear my board with the spell damage totem, and then he drops back down to 4 health after attacking me, down to 2 health after I Steady Shot. I still can play Unleash the Hounds for 2 more damage and kill him. But the explosive trap hasn't fired yet, so he could play then another Priestess of Elune, heal up for more before triggering the trap. I mean, really, it's just getting so far-fetched at this point that it's just ridiculous. Okay, so he's going to Fire Elemental the Acolyte of Pain, which doesn't really matter. The Direwolf makes no difference. He can kill an owl. Congratulations. Do you want a cookie? I could be really bad mannered and play the Hounds or the Gnomish Mentor, but that's not going to happen because he's actually triggering my explosive trap. So GG, we make it to 12 wins! Oh my god. I wish this had all been one video. I fear that a lot of people dropped off after the second video and didn't stay for the third. But whatever, if you watched it, which I know you did because you're hearing me right now, thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate your time and attention. We went from 2-2 to 12-2, and that is my 5th 12-win Hunter Arena. Hunter, man, I don't know. Apparently, like, I play all the classes pretty equally. Apparently, Hunter is just really good for me or just really good in general. I don't know. But thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe, and if you want to stick around to see the prize, well, let me show you what I got. I got 50 dust and 100 dust. Actually, Battle Rage, these are not cards I'm going to disenchant. These are, like, good cards. I do play with Battle Rage in my ranked deck. And I would play with Starfall in a Druid deck, and what is this, 260 gold? Decent amount of gold. At the moment, there's nothing to disenchant, and I don't have 10 packs yet, so let's just take a sneak peek at our next arena. We'll be playing Warlock or Warrior. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'll see you again soon. Take care.